Good evening and a very warm welcome to the Grassroots Weekend, the show. I'm Mal Lee, your host for this evening. And as they say, every other evening, welcome to the show. Whether you're a viewer, whether you're a listener, and if you're a listener, you're on www.don'ttexttheline.com, or if you're a viewer, you're on YouTube. And it's DXTL TV from the touchlines. Well, what a packed week we've had, no doubt, and yourselves have had it as well. Loads of work. I'm talking about my job, by the way, and the majority of people are going back to work now. So we're just wondering if you're back in work, coming home and then going out to coaching sessions, because it's now the second week of the FA and the government guidelines regarding small group coaching. I'm just wondering whether your sessions are going well. Are you finding it hard? Are the parents coming along and asking you whether they want to leave it till next season? We do see loads of posts on social media showing plenty of drills, plenty of kids turning up for coaching, but is it the majority who aren't turning up for coaching at the moment? We know on the 15th that many more shops are opening, providing they have the guidelines for social distancing, otherwise they can't open up. We've got the guidelines as well, as you can see. There's me hand sanitizer. There's me live on air, DXTL TV from the touchlines cup. I'll just have a little sip. Lovely cup of tea. I don't take milk, don't take sugar, black tea. How many of you have the black tea? Well, it's better for you apparently, but I'm not too sure, because if you look at the cups after the you've had a drink, they're really stained badly, aren't they? And I don't think the milk gives that staining. What's that? What's it doing on your inside? I'm not sure. Can someone get in touch with me and tell me? I know what you're going to say. Green tea, Mal. Green tea never stains the cups and all that. Well, I drink all those different flavoured teas and they're enjoyable. Excuse me. Well, today we had dear me, that's after having that cup of tea there. We had a bit of a guest in the studio, just to have a little look round. And it's the gorgeous Liv Henderson. What a top referee she is. She's fantastic. And we're going to have a little chat. We're going to get on the show for tomorrow evening. And we're going to ask Liv all about the lockdown. Because Liv's still at school, so she wears the yellow armband, as we all know that, when the grassroots football takes place. Because of the verbal abuse and the aggressive behaviour. And it's just like an awareness that county FAs have come out with a great idea. Just to let these irate parents and spectators know on the touchlines that the referee is there just to do a job and keep the laws of the game flowing. Not there to take verbal abuse, because they're still at school, and Liv is a prime example about that. So we're going to have a chat and talk to Liv regarding what the lockdown has been like for her, what she got up to, anything else she's learned while she's been in lockdown, school work, because we're not too sure. We do know that Liv is going back to school. How long for? Liv will tell you that herself. But we also know that there's many kids not going back to school till September now. And then maybe the holidays will be back up and running, because while we're on holidays, I'll just let you know that I put a post up the other day. I don't know how many of you out there, I know it's the Grassroots Weekend, the show, I know it's all about grassroots football, but we can't talk about grassroots football because there is none. But we'll go back to coaching very shortly. But I just thought I'd get these details in while I can, because many of you out there might be suffering the same fate as I'm suffering at the moment, because I'm still waiting for my money back. I love the post and the answers and the replies of people who are coming back to me telling me that they're hoping to go on holiday like ourselves in October again, but I've had a holiday cancelled in Cyprus for June. Still waiting on my money back there. I've got to make a few more phone calls to see if I can get that, but I've rebooked in the meantime, because I found that the 20% added bonus was fantastic, but every time I tried to book a holiday in the same resort, it was up by like £400 for the money that they were giving us. Doesn't make sense at all, does it? No, it doesn't. So you had to put £400 in out your own pocket. So I think the travel companies have, used their heads, worked it all out very cleverly indeed. So what I've done, I've booked it online as I normally do for next year, and I just pay off it, because I find it a lot easier, because you've got money in your bank and you pay what you can afford, when you can afford it, so long as you pay your deposit, and then you catch up and all your money's paid, I think 8 weeks before you go. That's the way I like to do it. So that's the way I've done, and I've got a cheaper holiday in my eyes anyway, and I haven't had to put my hand in my pocket to put more money into the travel company's pocket from another hotel. Because looking at it, it does seem to me that all the money, all the fares have gone up and the holidays have gone up. Have a little look yourself, you know, because I know not many people are booking at the moment due to the coronavirus. I'm not too sure what next year's going to bring, what it's going to be like on the flights and the airports. It could be a nightmare for all I know, so fingers crossed. We just decided that we needed a holiday. We've got to have a holiday. We're not going to get one this year, like many of you out there. But I did book, many of you take out holiday insurance with the likes of TUI and the package companies that you go with, but I find it elsewhere you can get it cheaper. So I shop elsewhere, get me travel insurance separate from the holiday. And I'm having trouble, you may have seen me post out there, whereas this travel company, the insurance company, have told me that I can't have a refund, unfortunately, because the holiday date has passed when I was putting in for a refund. Now, don't get me wrong, I have been trying umpteen times to try and get through to the travel company, but due to COVID-19, they're short-staffed and they can't get through. So persevere or try on our emails. Well, you can't find anyone anywhere. And lo and behold, you 4th of June I was supposed to fly, and that is why I'm still waiting my money. So I think loads of you folks out there, maybe solicitors out there, maybe give us a little message, mal@don'textheline.com, because why can't we claim the interest on these holiday companies? We all know you're supposed to go. If you're not paid there, then you lose your deposit, you lose your holiday. That's how strict they are because of their terms and conditions. But the customer doesn't have terms and conditions. So why can't we have our own terms and conditions when something like this happens? Because it's not our fault either. So we still await, and many of you out there are still awaiting. I know you are. But what about the travel insurance? They've refused to pay me back, saying I missed the date. It wasn't their fault that the holiday was cancelled. Was it my fault? Doubt it very, very much. So it was the government. So I need to know where to stand at. You know, I love a battle because I've got nothing to lose. They're not giving me it back. So I'm going to challenge them. I'm going to try and make sure I get that back as well. And I even asked them, could they carry it forward to my next holiday, which I've booked already? And the answer was, no, you can't. Because you booked the travel insurance in October, then it runs out in October. But I booked my travel insurance for my holiday in June. Why can't it carry forward to my holiday in June? These insurance companies, and we really do need some protection here, folks. We do need it. We do need a solicitor to come on and start helping Joe Public, because at the end of the day, we're the scapegoats here. We're the ones waiting for our money. We're the ones who are paying the money and not getting anything. And if you try to do that towards a company, travel company, then you face the consequences. You face all kinds of legal rules, legal laws to get that money back. But we can't do a thing about it because no one wants to fight for us unless you pay them. So we need some advice, but I'm going to take them on myself and I won't give up. The answer is going to be no, but I won't give up. And we'll go to the ombudsman, we'll go to anyone we can. But I believe that they should give me a refund. I won't name the company as yet because you're all itching. Who is it? Because I want to see what the answer is. But if I don't get it, I'll name the company. Don't you worry about that, because I did do a massive write-up for them last year. And that write-up was a fantastic write-up because I felt they were absolutely brilliant. A lot cheaper than what I was looking at. And I give them, they asked me, you know, and I put a great piece together for them, and I praised them, and I put it out on social media, and I got quite a few views on that one, by the way. So I can still do the same on social media if I don't get a refund, can't I? Because the power of social media speaks volumes. So watch this space, and hopefully I will get a refund. I can't understand why I can't get a refund. And if you put in for the same travel company insurance, travel or these companies, and you can't get it, drop us a line, because I'm sure we'll all be interested in finding out what these insurance companies are doing. They're making a fortune. The government always stand off from them. Whether they've got shares in them, I'm not too sure, but maybe that's the case, because they seem to be able to get away with murder. Anyway, grassroots football, just another sip of tea, hopefully I won't be coughing. Back to your coaching. How are you finding the coaches? What's it like now with the smaller groups? Are you getting on with decent groups turning up? Are you doing different sessions? Are you charging? Are you doing it free? As I say, we'd love to hear them out at don'ttextheline.com. Add me as a friend on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, all the social network sites, and DXTL TV on YouTube from the touchlines. From the touchlines, we're not there at the moment because there's nothing going on from the touchlines. Do you know what? We've done our job brilliantly. Anyone who knows Don't Cross the Line, the touchlines are silent. Our job is to go out there and basically just talk to the parents, the grandparents, the brothers, the sisters, the uncles, the aunties about grassroots football, encouraging the kids to play football and also encouraging the referees, because without the referee, we all know, shout together, we have no game, and we don't, do we? And many of those referees are young, as we've just been saying, and we'll have a guest in tomorrow, we'll talk about that a little bit more detail. But we want everyone to encourage the kids when they go out and about, and obviously that's all about football and it's all about coaching as well, because many coaches out there, managers, are irate as well, we all know that. But what are you doing? How are you getting on with it? How are you facing with the parents? Are the parents a little bit angry saying, no, my child is not going to coaching, not until this is all clear? We've got mad protests all over the country. I'm not saying mad about, because they are protesting for something that they believe in, we all believe in. And at the end of the day, every life matters. That's my honest opinion. I don't want to go into politics about this, I don't want to cause any mayhem, not at all. All I'm saying about social distancing, what are the government doing about all the protests when people are all mingled together? Dear me, it doesn't make sense to me whatsoever. We're all here, I'm doing social distancing, I had my guest in Liv today, and we're practicing what we can do, how we can do it. Well, my table is massive, we're well over the 6 foot, so there's not a problem there whatsoever. There would be a problem if I had 2 or 3 guests in there, but I can fit 2 in, not a problem. Everyone's social distancing, as I say, there you go, hand gel, everything's going well, according to plan, and we just want to entertain you, our viewers, our listeners, and give you some feedback on what we're doing in grassroots football, and that mainly is, this time, the topic is coaching. We just love to know, are you booking places? Are places open for you where you can train? Are you finding open fields? Anywhere where you can coach it? What's the parks like? Give us some feedback. The parks must be absolutely chocker, by the way. But can we keep on top of this thing? Will we have games of football going ahead? Will games of football go ahead in July, August? Because we have our summer camp, which will end up being a coaching school as well, because that's all entails in it. That is all, our coaches are all together and they're all making a difference for the kids. We don't know how many kids we could have in July. Maybe it could be a little bit back to normal, and I'm sure the Premier League will give us that. They'll give us an insight into what we can do now, even though there's no fans. We're talking about a derby game that could be played at Southampton. This is what I'm hearing here, neutral ground. I can't understand why it's not played at Goodison. Everyone knows me, and I'm a Red, and I do believe that the fans will stay clear of it because they all want to watch it on TV. Like you're watching me on TV here, YouTube. I can't understand a fan wanting to go to a ground where there's no, you can't get in the stadium, you can't see the game, you may be able to watch on your phone, cheer. It doesn't make sense to me. Not at all, not in a million years. And Merseyside Police, and I'll emphasise again, I've got a great reputation of handling crowds when they come to Goodison Park, when they go to Anfield. They keep them all intact, and you're talking 40, 50, 60,000 fans there. We're not talking about 40, 50, 60,000 fans turning up at a ground. There will be people who turn up because they don't understand. It's simple as that. But I'm sure the police will be able to handle it, and the clubs. I don't know what the club's opinion on this is regarding neutral grounds, but let's just get on with the Premier League. In the Bundesliga, is the neutral grounds there? No. And I'd love to hear crowds screaming when we watch it on the TV as well. But I know many are on Pick TV free, and I think the derby's on there as well. So pick up your TV times, have a look on your Sky Sports, and have a look which games are free in the Premier League. It's going to make a lot of people happy as well. Well, we're going back to the coaching again, the kids, the kids enjoyed it. We like to hear from the kids, what they're enjoying, what drills you're doing, how you're getting around. 5 children, 1 adult coach. We've got 2 coaches. I don't know, how is anyone going to keep a check on this? I can't see many officials from the FA or the county FAs. They just haven't got the manpower to go around checking on this. They're relying on club managers, committees, and also coaches and managers themselves when they're out there with the teams. Many are going to be breaking the rules, but is it worth breaking the rules if you can't have football matches? And I've noticed there is 1 or 2 teams as well who've, you want to drink the tea while it's hot, see, because when it goes cold, it's not worth it, is it? You want to find out, well, as I say, there's 1 or 2 clubs who have cancelled all coaching until it's all clear, because I know Liverpool was above the R, and now it's below the R, and I'm confused really, because the government says it was above, the government says below, and the council say it was above. I'm not too sure, but many of them have said they will not take any risk with the kids and the coaches. Fair dues, hats off to them. But many coaches are out there. I've seen them myself. On Merseyside, you only have to go on social media, so have a little look yourselves to see what drills people are doing. Are the kids enjoying it? I'm not too sure. We'd better ask the kids themselves, because at the end of the day, it is all about the kids enjoying themselves and developing their skills. What are the referees doing? I don't know, because they can't get into coaching. Maybe the county FAs could set something up, but they're not all back at the moment because they're all still on furlough. So we're all still confused about grassroots football and when it's going to return. I can't wait for it to return, because if the COVID cases are going down, maybe up slightly, and we've got all these protests and people not keeping social distancing, and when we're all on lockdown, they were really, really high. It doesn't make sense to me. Again, I'm still confused, because people are all getting together in crowds. Are we expecting a massive second wave because people have been congregating? That remains to be seen, and I'm sure we'll know soon enough. But we don't want a second wave. We want people to be safe out there. We want people to adhere to the rules and the regulations, what the government are telling us, what all the officials are telling us. Stick to it, and maybe this will be full one day, and your rooms will be full, your officers will all be back at work. We'll all be doing the same things as we normally do, day in, day out. But most of all, the kids will be playing football, the referees will be back at work, the parents, the IRA parents will be out and about again. So we'll be doing our job to say, no more shouting please, no referee, no game. Kids, you've got to develop your skills and ignore the mums and dads shouting to you, listen to your coach. You know, all that rigmarole, all that goes on in grassroots football, and I suppose we're all missing whatever it was in grassroots football, aren't we? Except the verbal abuse and aggressive behaviour. Anyway, and the racist comments and the bullying, we want all that to stop. You've seen me poem, and I'll recite it again. Don't be a bully, be a friend. Don't be a racist, that won't mend. Don't be abusive or aggressive. To show respect is more impressive. And that is on and off the pitch. Hope you like that poem. You can get that, you can download that anywhere on my website. Have a little look. Also have a look at www.refspect.org, because it's all about bullying the referee. Because we do believe when irate parents and spectators go out there, shout and scream at the referee, they are bullying the referee, and that has got to be taken into account as well. Let's get rid of that. Anyway, we're looking forward to coming back. Dear me, that 20 minutes has flown. I hope you enjoy this show. Because as I said, we'll be back again tomorrow evening at 7 p.m. If you've got any news and views that you think you'd like to put into us, mal@don'texttheline.com, so we can read them out on tomorrow evening's show. As I say, we'll have a guest with Olivia tomorrow. She likes to be called Liv. And we'll talk about, well, what she's going through as well. She's not refereeing. What she's been doing to keep fit, if she has been doing anything to keep fit. And what you referees are doing as well. Let's get a little coaching school in the FA for all these referees to keep them fit, because even I put the pounds on. We've got to get rid of that over this lockdown, and I was working as well. So there you go, safety first. You be safe, put your feet up, relax, and we will see you tomorrow evening at 7 p.m. So myself, Mal Lee, and all the team here at the Grassroots Show, Don't Cross the Line and Respect programme, have a great evening. Good night, God bless.